What's going on, everybody? My name is Omar. I'm coming to you today from my kitchen. You probably can tell the lighting is not that good and everything, but hey, it's my one of my first videos, I guess. But what's been getting on me today really is not even today, but something I just been noticing lately is I'm starting to see slavery or the topic of slavery everywhere. It's whether I'm on the internet or whether it's on television, one of them TV movies or something like that. I'm seeing slavery everywhere. It's like we're constantly being reminded that black people was brought to the West as slaves, whether it was to the islands or whether it was to the coast of the Americas. That's just like that's the thing, that's history. And even in school, um, my daughter just started the eighth grade, um, went to the open house night, and the teachers, they was very forthcoming with it and saying that American history, they were going to be discussing the slavery and everything. So um, I mean, it's something that's very much being perpetuated. Even in Hollywood, that seems to be like one of the more explored or expanded upon topics. Whether it's somebody that's making a slave movie every year and a half, we pretty much got like the same black actors participating in the movies, the same white actors participating in the movies. I'm not really big on saying names or mentioning people's names. It's really no need for that. But um, I just think like the whole topic. Like first off, I can go back and say like when I was growing up, the whole slavery thing. As far as like in my house and in my family, my parents, they didn't talk about we black people came to the United States or came to the Americas as slaves. It wasn't no discussion like that. That I really didn't start hearing stuff like that until I got in elementary school, and it was being brought up, and we take field trips. Uh, it's a place that's right down the road from me, or right in my vicinity, my city or whatever. It's called Brattonsville, and that's supposedly where one of the plantations was. Back in the old days or whatever. They got all kind of like the Civil War reenactments, and it's like a tourist attraction or whatever. But um, we took a field trip down there when I was like a kid, maybe like third grade or something like that. That probably was like back in '88 or whatever. So um, just take a field trip down there, and and they showing you all this stuff, showing you if you'd been a kid back then, you would have been, doing this or been out in the field, and your dad probably would have been over here working doing this, and your mom might have been over here working doing that, and then they started to tell you the dark side of it, like how the women was raped and the man was the men and the women, the children, whatever, people were hung and burned alive, and all of this, all these atrocious acts. So it's kind of like now once we go back to school, or we're not in that environment anymore, you know I still gotta sit in class with the white kids or whatever, and the other black kids or whatever ethnicities we might have had in the school at that time. But um, I mean, it's like how do you interact with people after that? And me, I'm lucky enough to not, I don't really pay attention to stuff like that. To me, if you cool, we cool. That's all it is to it. It don't have nothing to do with your skin color. I got it might be kind of like cliche, like some of my best friends are white or appear to be white. I'm pretty sure they got something mixed in with them. Probably why they so cool. But um, yeah, I got I went in the military at a young age, and I met some cool people. I met some people. That was, I mean, cooler than family, cooler than people I grew up with. So to me, it's never really been about color or anything like that. It's the person. If you're a cool person, you're a good person. That's all it is too. That's all it takes. But that topic, like I was saying, like Hollywood, it's perpetuated so much, and I think for the everyday person, the main thing you need to look at when it comes to racism and I guess the effects of racism, how we, the things we're going through with the police and the killings and the harassment and just whatever we got going on right now. We got some people saying the president is racist and the KKK and all these other type things we got going on. But we have to look at how these things are being presented to us. We got to look at how it's being presented to us, in the TV or throughout the internet. And, we really have to look at that. And we also have to uh, look at the people who are portraying these roles to us in these movies and things like that. I'm a firm believer that I'm not an actor. I know I'm not an actor. I don't have no kind of what they call a thespian or I don't have none of that in me. I don't know how to act. All I know how to do is be. All I know how to do is be Omar. If somebody was to come up to me and turn the camera on, all I can do is give them Omar. I can't give them somebody from back in the 1800s living on a plantation. I can't give them a gangster or anything like that. I can't get them a policeman, somebody, hey, play a police in the movie. I can't do that. I'm not no cop. You know what I'm saying? All I know how to do is be me. So I look at, once again, I go back, I look at some of the movies that have been made. Now, they say that people are extras and, I don't know, I guess extras. That's what they call them. You go look at some of the old slave movies, you look at all of these black people on the slave ship. You got the women, they stripped down naked, You got the men, they be stripped down naked, you know. And some people say they're doing this in the name of art, or in the name of history. They portraying a historic event. But my thing is, you don't have to do that. You don't have to portray a historic event for my benefit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to do that. I mean, I understand you probably getting paid for it, but at the same time, don't let money be the determining factor in you doing something like that. We don't need no more slave movies. I mean, I'm pretty sure this thing has been looked at in so many different ways. The Nat Turner movie came out. You know, that was a game changer. And I don't advocate, whatever happened, the rebellion, but pretty soon, man, you put a man or you put a group of people in a situation like that, somewhere along the line, it's gonna come a person like Nat Turner, and they're gonna be ready to like that dynamite stick. They're gonna be ready for it to go out, and there's just the bottom line when it comes to a situation like that. But back to the actors and people who portray these roles. I mean, just think about it. There's one bullet that you could take out of the gun as far as the racism or keeping this fire going. Y'all can take that right there totally off the table. You know what I'm saying? No more slave movies. No more trying to get people angry. Hey, I'm gonna show y'all how it was back in the day. They did this to us. They had us on the slave ship. We was throwing up on each other. We was using the bathroom on each other. They was raping the women. They was doing this. They was doing that. I mean, what you telling me that for? Why you keep telling me that? I mean, it happened. We heard the story before. Stop coming at me like that. Let me be cool with whoever is cool. Now, I'm just saying that because, or I can say that because I can see through that. I can see through when somebody trying to come at me like that, trying to shoot me some subliminal messages, trying to get me to kick something off with somebody or want me to be angry at a group of people. You're not going to do me like that. And the sooner other people stop being allowed to be manipulated like that, that's like I say, that's one more bullet or one less bullet out of the gun. But I'm probably gonna be speaking on that topic again. But yeah, it's I mean, we done seen that story played out so many times. We don't need to see it no more. I don't. You know what I'm saying? It ain't too many more ways you can tell that story. You ain't got to put no black women on TV with their breast out, and you ain't got to. I don't need to see no more scenes of no white men raping no black women. I don't need to see no more scenes or no more pictures printed in old newspapers. I don't need nothing else plastered up on the internet. I don't need to see nothing else that show you hanging a black man or showing you or showing a black man um in a bad way like that. Like, just let me be, let the people be cool, man. So once once we realize that somebody is trying to press their issue on us, trying to push us to the edge like that, and then want you to go out here and react and be all angry at a group of people. I mean, it happened. But I tell you like this right here: nobody that out here walking around today was a slave. Not in that sense. I know it's still stuff going on with the sex slaves and human trafficking and all that type of stuff. I know it's stuff still like that going on, but I'm talking about as far as the sense of the transatlantic slave trade. Ain't nobody you see right now out here walking around today have been a slave or have been on a slave ship. I mean, it's in the past, it happened, but what we always say, you live in the past, then guess what? You can't move forward. So that's what it's all about right now. Let's move forward in our thinking, and that's only one part of it. I'm not saying that's the most important part, but that's one part of us moving forward and getting out of that that Willie Lynch mind frame or mind state. I mean, we can do better than that, but I'm gonna come back at y'all with something. I'm gonna sit down. I didn't really write this video out. I didn't do no script or nothing to it. I just came off the top of the head. Just let it flow. So hopefully, at least one person out there heard something, and hopefully it links something together for them, and they can start to see that it's higher powers that's trying to push this whole agenda of hate. It's higher powers, it's people that's in control of stuff that's, you know, they more responsible for the way you act right now than you are. But in the end, ultimately, you gonna be responsible. Because I tell you what, you see something on TV and you go out here and you let that manipulate your emotions or whatever, and you go out here and you act on that, you're not gonna be able to go back and say, well, hey man, I just watched this movie about slavery, how they did the black people and everything, and it upset me. So I was out here and I got in a situation, and it was the movie or it was the picture that I seen on the internet that made me do it. They not gonna listen to that. It's you. They looking at what you did. They looking at how you was acting. So I mean, just know that. Be careful of what you watch. Be careful of what you consume, what you listen to, what you watch. First time when movies and things like that come out, people rush to the movies. We rush to go see it. And then afterwards you get on social media, and it's all of these different reactions to the movie. You got some people saying it was good, some people saying it was terrible, it was atrocious, it was a travesty. You know, you got all these different reactions, and that's just like a big melting pot of just vileness, emotions. Somebody want to, it's just like it amp you up to go do something you wouldn't normally do. So just be aware of that. But like I said, this time I'm gone. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to see y'all. Y'all be blessed. Peace.